Hi, I'm Captain Grant Coppin with Texas Fishing Tips, and this is your weekly fishing report.
Over here in the boat hole, we've been catching a lot of good black drum lately. Uh, Mainly when that north wind's blowing in here, it kind of blows them up against this grass line and all down along this channel. Just shrimp on the bottom. Every now and then you're able to see them, but usually the water's all murked up in here, which is good because that's when that current's ripping through this channel here. That's when the drum are just coming through. We can just come over here and get solid limits of drum. On the nicer days, we've been coming out and kind of drifting this drop off a little bit, catching a few trout. Getting up here, the tide's really low right now, so the reds aren't tight to the islands or anything. They're kind of out here. If you come out and you find this water that's kind of a milky green, sandy green color, that's where most of the reds have been holding right along here. There's a couple yellow poles right here that kind of are close to the channel but not in the channel. So if you're gonna fish for the reds, come up onto the flat but just a little bit. Look at the watercolor, put your trolling motor down, find that sandy green water, and you'll find those reds. Over here in Packery Hole, we've been catching good numbers of drum and reds along this grass line, throwing both cut mullet and live shrimp on the bottom, dead shrimp. If it doesn't matter for the drum, I like to throw the live ones because I'll take a live shrimp, break the tail, throw it out there, smash the head a little bit. So it's like a live but dying shrimp on the hook. So that's more of a confidence thing than anything. But it helps me. If you come down the Packery Channel a little bit, you can go under the bridge, come through here. I guess it was about a week ago. There was a big school of redfish out here by the Packery jetties. Now they've been catching good fish out here at the jetties lately. Um, been catching some black tip sharks. Been catching a lot of Spanish mackerel, and starting to see a lot of those reds coming in. I know it's not October, it's January, but I got a video from a buddy of mine of a big school of reds on the North Jetty, and it was really cool to see. So there are redfish coming in through the jetties right now. Over here, just south of Pita, is still able to pick up some trout. With those tides being low, of course, they're all out here right along the grass line and the drop off. What I've liked to do is on the nicer days drift along here, but on those windy, strong north winds, you see this little channel coming out that goes right along Pita Island. This one right here has been producing a lot of drum, sand trout, whiting, a couple of the big oversized drum. Already seeing them coming through, which is good because it's going to be a good year for those big uglies. For y'all who like to come down and just catch giant fish. Just catch and release on the big ones and keep you 5 good eating size. The ones I like to keep are anywhere from like 16, 18, 20 inches. Anything over 25, I usually just throw back anyway. So just come through here, put some shrimp on the bottom on the windy north wind days, and on the prettier, nice days, put your popping corks on and make a good long drift across this drop-off grass line. Over here, Comporta Pass area, we've been catching lots of drum. Of course, it's that time of year when, the hard north wind starts pushing through here, and you can just come over here, anchor up, put some shrimp on the bottom, and sit there for hours. And sometimes you limit out in less than an hour, and sometimes you sit here all day. But it's a consistent bite. The drum are here. They're not anywhere else but here when that north wind is pushing through here real hard. So all you got to do is just be patient. So you may sit here for 45 minutes and catch 3 drum, 15 minutes a drum, and then have a couple of spurts where you catch 2 or 3 drum or a couple double hookups, and before you know it, you're at 10 or 15. and you haven't moved, or maybe you moved a little bit. I call those anxiety moves. Oh man, well they're not hitting. Let's move down a little bit. That's an anxiety move. So just with the tide being low, just find the deeper water in here, because that's where you're gonna find them. There's a couple of cabins right here and a pole and some poles coming off the bank. But just off this grass line, there's like about a 7, maybe 6.5, 7 foot hole right here. So with the tides being low, they're right up against that edge in that hole. But usually there's a bunch of boats in here, so if you're not the first one in here, you're not going to get any room. Just get here anywhere on this grass line, along this little kind of what I say is secondary channel, and you'll catch plenty of black drum. Over here around Black Bluff, been catching some good mixed bags of fish. When that north wind's cranking, I don't like to come over here. I'm sure the fish are still here. It's just I hate getting beat up. This is a good place to come when it's nice. You can come in White Bluff too. Both of these areas hold good fish, especially in the wintertime. You're not having to deal with all the dumb pinfish and the bait stealers and the hardheads and all that. So you can just throw out a popping cork around these rocks and either just let it drift around and catch drum, and you pop it and catch trout. There's those big giant sheephead over here, which we've been catching a lot of ever since I guess it would be November. We've been started catching them, and they've still been in here. So it's going to be a really good year for the sheephead. Just come in here with your live shrimp, put some long leaders on. If you're gonna put a shrimp on the bottom, you just gotta be careful, because if you get off that drop off a little bit, those rocks are real big and thick, and you drag your bait on the bottom just a little bit, and you're gonna hang up. So live shrimp's really the way to go right now. I haven't thrown anything else but live shrimp over here, and coming back with pretty good boxes. Even on the tougher days, we're at least coming back with 10 or 15 fish.
Captain Grant Coppin, thanks for watching.